federally disclosed location somewhere in North America. This is your weekly Truth Be Told Minuteman Report. Hey everyone, it's Robert Hensley, your Truth Be Told Minuteman, and I'm coming to you live from a very comfortable little lodge in the backwoods of Pennsylvania. Earlier today, I was in the Turkeyfoot Valley outside of the town of Confluence, which is a very quaint, picturesque little kind of tourist town along the Castleman and Yauk rivers. And what took me there today was that I heard that the Pennsylvania Folklore Association had put up a signpost marking an area called Hexebarger, which means Witch's Hill. And I had to go and check it out for myself. And so just outside of a small borough called Ursina, there is a very large creek called Laurel Hill Creek. And you follow along this creek, and you end up at a state game land. And in this little hollow, there is now a signpost that talks about Priscilla Prissy Rugg. All right. Priscilla Rugg, in the early 1800s, was thought to be a witch. She had a white steed that had been a gift from her father for her wedding, and she would ride the steed around the hillsides, over the mountaintops, and anyone who angered her or got in her way, crossed her, she would hex, she would curse them. And so this was not I guess this wasn't uncommon. There were a lot of women in this area who were, over the years, thought to be witches, not just because they were thought to have powers or because they hexed or cursed people. Sometimes it was because they were mentally ill or physically deformed, and in some cases because of their sexual promiscuity. So as I'm digging into Prissy Rugg, part of what led to her being called a witch was the fact that she was supposedly riding this white horse out to the encampments where the soldiers were for the Revolutionary War. And she was spending time with soldiers, a lot of time with soldiers. A lot. However, her husband Samuel and she, along with 10 of their children, are buried in a small family plot, which is now kind of a corner of a privately owned farm. So I couldn't go there. But by all accounts, Prissy had a Christian burial. She was never officially accused of witchcraft. There was never a trial. She was never tested or waterboarded or burned at the stake or any of that stuff. But again, she was only one of many women who were thought to be witches in this area, so much so that the locals call the area where I was standing at the state game lands, they call it Witch's Hollow. Now, Prissy Rugg died in 1837. There's no real way of knowing when she was born, but her ghost is said to be seen riding on the hillside on her white steed even now, something that they claim that she promised on her deathbed that she would continue to ride on Hexeberger. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is today's episode. Thank you so much. If you're interested in learning more about Prissy Rugg or Hexebarger, there is a link in the show description. You can find that and go exactly to where I was. There's an address listed. It takes you directly to that signpost. And yeah, I wish that I could have given you some live video from the site. However, I failed to realize that it's hunting season. It's a Saturday morning. I'm standing out there with no orange on my head, no orange vest, and I felt very vulnerable and potentially, not that I was feeling targeted, but I didn't want to become a target. So I will just have to leave you with the photos that I took. have a great week. Remember, there are 3 chances every week for new content, or to catch new content from Truth Be Told. Minuteman Report every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Bonnie Burkert on Wednesday with Truth Be Told Transformation, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And of course, Tony Sweet on Friday with the original Truth Be Told, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And if you have any story tips or ideas, questions you'd like us to look into, please send me an email. I'm always around, reportminuteman@gmail.com. And until next time, stay true.